Well, you guys ready?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, hell yeah.
Ready, dope.
All right, let's do it.
This is the 50,000 watt voice of the numbers guys in
The Motor City.
And now, live from Studio 8B, it's time to BS with the guys.
Well, what is going on, Numbers Nation? Our numbos, right? D-Dub, you okay?
I'm trying to
You
get my
awake over
picks
there,
in.
buddy? All right.
I like numbos.
Got my glasses. Hey, I'm JT. You may know me as Mr. Midwest. We are the 50,000 watt voice of the numbers guys, and this show is BS. That's beer and sports. Yes, sir. Hey, if you're joining us live on YouTube, man, is it great to be with you. Please feel free to chime in the chat and say hello. Is anybody in? Where's Q Dub tonight? I'm not seeing Q Dub.
What? Can we get a search party?
Is he okay?
He's our most reliable guest or fan, right?
He is. by
I don't
far.
want to tip anybody off here, but it's a good thing we got a detective here. We might be able to get down
Oh
to the
yeah.
bottom
We might
of
have to
this.
use that. We do.
We
do.
tried to get Matlock, but we got somebody else instead.
We one upped actually. One up Matlock. What did I say? Please feel free to try to chat and say hello. Did I say that already? I think I did. And if you'd rather send us a text, you can certainly do that. That's only happened once on the show that somebody sent us a text, but please feel free to do so. That number is going to be TNG Live 007. That's going to be 864-548-3007. Yes, sir. And hey, maybe you're seeing us on a replay on YouTube. Maybe in syndication on ESPN 5, I think. We're on that, right? Are we on that? Did you sign that deal, Dita?
Working on it.
Working on it. Is that what
Cinco.
you're working on right now?
Yeah, I got something going through here.
Okay.
See
Gotcha.
if we can get it going.
Gotcha. Hey, either way, a like. That's going to be a thumbs up. Looks like that. Or a subscription. That would really be awesome. We'd really appreciate it. That would be big league cool. Now, with me for the entire hour, to my right, your left, my boy. He's still typing. I'm trying to give him some time here. I'm buying him time. In the blue and in the hat for the first time on the show,
First time ever.
my boy D-Dub. What's
Yo.
going on, man?
I'm trying to get my picks in here. It's too hard to do when you're driving.
Oh, it's not safe to do while you're driving.
For one thing,
No.
I'm rushing over here today. You can see the cap. That's
Yeah, what's that stand for? What's the E for?
is that an E?
Is that what it
Eisenhower.
is? Oh, the Eagles.
Oh, is that
I think it stands for Ike.
Ike?
Okay.
Hat?
IKE.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
Okay.
E-I-K-E?
Yes, sir. My son plays on Thursdays typically for the school, and so gonna be cutting it close every week now.
Yeah.
But the lefty was on the mound today,
Okay.
playing a couple buddies from Dakota. That's a powerhouse school.
Your son is the lefty, correct?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Are you unaware?
No, I kind of knew that. I just wanted to maybe know it. Not everybody else knew that, though.
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Holden.
Yes.
Shout out to him. He pitched a great game.
Did he?
They were losing when I left, but that'll happen.
Sure.
Macomb Red baseball. It's no.
No.
It ain't no picnic.
No, the MAC Red, that's a tough division.
It's the highest of the Macomb sports.
Yeah, most definitely.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right, man. Well,
Thanks
it's good
for
to see
having
you.
me.
I'm glad you made it.
Yes, sir.
I was getting a little concerned. And next to you in the Lions tonight.
For the hour.
Yeah, for the whole hour actually this time.
I think so.
We got my boy Tones. What's shaking, buddy?
still a little bummed by Wings missing out in dramatic fashion. I don't know if anybody was watching, but they had to win the last game. Where it was down, tied it with 3 seconds left, sent it to overtime, won in the shootout, but we needed Philly to win too, and they needed to win in regulation. They were playing the same time, pulled their goalie in a tie game, which would never happen on a normal scenario.
Right.
But
Wouldn't do
that was
that.
their choice in the situation. But they didn't realize that the Wings had already knocked them out by tying going overtime and knocked Philly out. They were unaware, still pulled their goalie, causing my Wings to miss out on the playoffs. So at least they're heading in the right direction. Made for a thrilling end of the season, and better hopes for next year. So
I hear you. Go Wings.
go Wings.
Go Wings.
I got them in, buddy.
Well, thank you.
Did they show up there?
I won't know for a while yet. It's always a surprise with you, DJ.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir. And then across from me, to the right of Tones. Now, normally it would be Richie Rich sitting there. He is coming. He's
Hey,
coming.
Rich.
He better, because he has a Richie's postulation on the agenda for tonight. But I know he got tied up at his daughter's volleyball thing.
I think he was in New York for the first round of the playoffs. He already bought tickets, and
Oh,
turns out-
yeah. He went to MSG thinking
like-
the Wings were going to be there.
Yeah, that's right. We got a good friend of the show, Johnny M. What's going on, man?
Glad to be here.
Yes.
Always wanted to see what you guys do. I'm just a proud guest.
You are. I don't even have. This was kind of a last minute
Probably
addition.
won't add nothing to your show, but I'm glad to be here.
Richie?
No, you're going to add a ton to the show because, folks at home, this is a real life, a hero, really, a retired Detroit police officer. Not just a police officer. Were you a lieutenant, John?
Commander.
Commander. That's like as high as you can get, right?
And that's kind of timely with what's coming up soon. Well,
Absolutely. Very timely. Very timely. Well, welcome. Thank you for being here, John. Really appreciate it. And we're definitely going to talk some more. I want to hear a little bit about maybe give us a story or two from back when you were on the force. Yeah? All right.
I bet you've seen it all.
yeah, he was actually in a couple parties at the Manugian Mansion.
I don't know about that. I don't know about that.
Well, I did actually stay there for a while. I was part of the security force for Coleman Young.
Oh, were you
back
really?
in the day,
All right. All right.
Definitely good stories.
No, I wasn't at the party.
I certainly want to hear more about that. And then the man that needs no introduction. I'm glad you made it here,
I'm here.
Richie.
How's it going, fellas?
How you doing, buddy?
Still intact after another tax season.
Still
I don't
here.
like it.
You made it.
Still
Still
alive.
treading water.
Yep.
Yeah. Well, it's good to have you. Everything going well?
Everything's going good.
You got to be happy that April 15th is come and gone, eh?
Very happy. Very happy. Yep.
All right. Well, we're glad that you're going to be back full steam. Is that the right word? Full
Sure.
steam?
Let's go.
Throttle.
Full
roll
throttle.
with
That's
it.
good.
Yep.
Yeah. All right. Folks at home, we have a really, really good show tonight. Really, really good show. We have. Well, I'm going to go ahead and tell you ahead what we're gonna do here. We are going to do a Richie's postulation, which we haven't done in. Gosh, it's been a long time. Certainly since before tax season.
My favorite intro.
That's the best intro that we have. So we're going to do a Richie's postulation. We'll lead off with that tonight. We have some trivia. We have trivia every week, so we can determine who's going to be buying the beer next week. And D-Dub, you lost last week, pal.
In a way, it's
Yeah.
still up for
Still says
debate.
Richie,
A
though.
lot of people
There you
were asking me on the street, who's buying beer? Is it JT or is it you?
Yeah.
And I was like, I don't know. He didn't really specify.
It
He
was
kinda-
like a gray area
yeah.
thing.
Yeah,
So
I
I,
didn't.
just said, you know what? Screw it. I'm going to bring in the beer. And
We appreciate that. I
Yeah.
think it was you because you had less than Tones.
but
Last week.
we tied on the last one.
You tied in the last one, but we
Yeah.
got up the total score on that.
Well, you should have probably had 3 questions.
I think it was your turn. Anyway, we're gonna talk about the draft and talk about maybe some strategy you might use when making some draft bets. If you're so inclined, I have a couple things I want to talk about there. We're going to review our top pick standings as always, and then we're also going to shoot you guys out at home some top picks. And I do have a little bit of chat right now. We have Mother Midwest says, "Mom Midwest is your most reliable guest, Daryl." Is that what she said? Okay.
She's even confounded me this time.
Yes. You may want to clarify that, Mother Midwest. Okay.
Okay.
Well, John, as you're probably aware, because I know you watch the show frequently, we start this show off every week the exact same way with a little segment that we call Libation Expiration. You guys ready?
Sure.
Sure.
Tasty beers or fine bourbons for our face holes to try.
And we are back in Studio 8B. Today's beer of choice, courtesy again of D-Dub, is from Eastern Market Brewing. Eastern Market Brewing. I'm going to click on this here. What's this called, D-Dub?
Eastern?
No. What's the beer it's called?
Elephant juice.
Elephant juice.
Elephant Juice.
Squeezing
Tones
the
was-
juice.
Tones was
I'm a little grossed
different.
out what elephant juice
He
could
didn't
be.
like that.
but it's-
I'm not really seeing much here on the old website as to. Yeah. Well, what does it say? What does it say on the can, D-Dub?
Well, it says, spilling it. Government warning, according to the Surgeon General, women.
Yeah, I don't read that. We don't care about
I
that.
don't think it has an apt description on here.
No, I don't see
New
one.
England style IPA, hazy, bright,
Okay.
fluffy.
Oh, fluffy. A New England style IPA, so it's gonna be maybe unfiltered. Here,
This is a
we
full
don't have a
pint.
big window
too.
here to pass this here.
Pint.
It's a whole pint.
It is a whole pint of beer.
Oh,
New England style IPA should be nice and hazy, correct?
That's one of the words.
That's
on
one of the descriptors. What was the ABV?
New York skies,
7.2.
7.2.
7.2.
7.2. All right, let's go over here to this, and so you can take a look at that. Certainly
Oh,
hazy.
Rich is going to be all over this one.
You think Richie's gonna like this one? Nice fluffy head.
I like the aroma of it to start.
Yeah, let's see. Let's see what we got here. For the folks,
Yeah,
Really? You're an IPA guy.
this is not bad.
do you digging it, Tones?
I am digging it.
Elephant piss.
Shocking.
I hope it's piss instead of the other thing.
Definitely not marketed correctly.
Yeah, I'm gonna give it a taste here. By the way, for the folks at home that maybe don't know, here is the rating scale for the numbers, guys. 5, I'm driving across town for the shit. 4, I'd buy it with no hesitation. 3, I wouldn't kick it out of bed. 4, I'll choke it down for the show so it don't look like a biatch. And 1, it's gonna be a hard pass, nastier than Flint's water. Guest of honor, Commander John. Did you try it?
Yeah, not bad.
Not bad.
Not bad.
Yeah, IPA guy at all, John? Or
No, occasionally, but hey, if it's a hometown beer, I'm definitely in.
What's your go to if you're at a bar? What's your regular go to?
I stick with the lights.
Lights?
Yeah.
Yeah.
You got a favorite or just kind of rotate?
Since I go to the West Coast or did go to the West Coast, I like the Coors Lights and
Yeah.
the
Yeah.
West Coast beers.
Eastern Market Brewery. I bet you got some good Eastern Market stories. You ever wander the streets of the Eastern Market?
No, but I'm a fan of going down there on the weekends because it's a happening place.
Yeah,
And,
that's pretty cool. Yeah, I like it.
You definitely want to
Which shed are you in when you're down there?
go through all of them.
Oh, shucks.
All right. So if you rated this out of 5, John, what would you go?
Not that I'm a big beer drinker, but I definitely go maybe a 3.5. 4. Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
3.5 to 4. I like that score.
Okay.
Pretty good. Pretty good. Richie?
yeah, I like it as far as IPAs go. It's got a nice aroma, taste, as Tone said. I'll go like 4.4.
Wow.
That's
a big score.
huge for an IPA from Rich.
Sheesh.
That really is,
I
man.
didn't think you liked IPAs. This is a New England IPA. Maybe that's the difference.
I think so. Might be.
What's another example of that, Jimmy?
Boss Tweed. Certainly a.
I was going to say it tastes a
based
lot
on-
like the Boss Tweed.
Yeah.
Which
Yeah,
is
it really
one
does,
of the better
actually.
ones, doesn't it?
Yeah.
'Cause I'm not an expert, but that's what it reminded me of
A little
when I was
bit.
drinking it.
A little bit.
Very similar. Very similar tones.
Yeah, pretty light compared to the other IPAs we tried. Pretty smooth. Yeah, this is near the top of the IPA chain that I've had on the show. I'm probably gonna go 3.9 with this. So
3.9. So
Yeah.
you would actually drink this.
I would, if I was at a bar, I would order it. Yeah.
Okay.
So-
Wow.
I
like
got a
where we're
4.2, Jimmy.
at. A 4.2.
I know Rich spent some time wandering the streets of the Eastern Market.
Rich is making some adjustments over there.
Sorry.
It's okay.
I'm
You
not
get
sure what
your
you're
flowers?
referring to, but
Yeah.
You get your flowers
I've
and
been there
veggies
once
down
or
there?
twice. It's a nice, good
Should you
seat.
go down there for Bloody Marys?
I have a couple. Yes, I do like the Bloody Marys there. They have what's the name of that restaurant that's right there? It's starts with an I, maybe. I can't.
With a V. I think it's a V.
With a B.
V, yes, Vivio's, right?
Yeah, Vivio.
Thank you very
Vivio's.
much.
Yes, Vivio's.
Yeah, if you're going for a Bloody Mary, those are the best ones I've had so far, I think.
Wow. Okay.
Pepperoni straw.
I don't remember, but they do come with their fair share of bacon and They do some fun ones too, like where you put the upside down Corona and it filters out as you drink it. That's a good one too.
I ain't got time for all that. I need more
It sounds like a process.
getting the booze to my mouth.
I hear you. I'm going to agree with you on this one, D-Dub. 4-5. If you like any of the New England IPAs from Old Nation, such as M43 or Boss Tweed, this is in the same family, to me anyway, and it's really, really, really tasty. And the ABV could be a little higher, though. What do you think? A little higher, maybe?
I'm trying to think what Boss Tweed is, like a 8 point.
8 something, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
More bang for your buck. This is not cheap, by the way.
No? Compared to...
I think it was like $16.99 for the 4-pack.
Whoa.
A little harsh, but that's all right.
I had to import it from Detroit.
Tell us about our friends there that at B&B.
And this is not courtesy of, but supplied through B&B Liquor. Large selection of craft beers for all of your liquor needs on Hayes in Macomb, Michigan.
Actually, now we talk about, I've actually been to this place.
Is it Hayes and what?
No, the
B
brewing
Liquor?
company.
Oh, Eastern Market? I've been there.
The brewing company?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Oh, yeah.
it's off that, it's kind of, that street is like a really happening street right there where they kind of have performers and stuff like that.
Correct. In fact, next time you guys are at my house, next time you're at my house, I actually have a picture that me and Mrs. Midwest took of our beers because the front of the brewery opens. It has like a
and it has like a little seating.
Yes.
So you can sit at the street.
That's the one that's in like the alley.
yes.
That's all painted there. We went there when we were down
Me
there.
and you
that
went there.
time. Yeah.
Yeah.
No, we went there with the wives.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That was probably the time that we took this picture. Anyway,
Yeah.
it came out so good that we actually framed it, and that's actually hanging up in our house. A
Looked
picture
like
of
we
two
were
beers.
on the set of a movie.
It was cool. It's a cool place to go. So if you're ever in Eastern Market, I would highly recommend that. Beer's good too. And then also, if you ever find yourself in Macomb, Michigan, check out B&B Liquor for all of your liquor needs.
Oh, yeah.
Good.
It's a good place.
Yeah. How much you say they're going to
Shaner?
pay you for that?
It's going to be free beer for the rest of the
Excellent.
season number 2. Are we on season 2 already?
This would technically be season 2, I think. Yeah.
All right.
Yeah. All right. Cool.
This is the final episode. He told me that.
Yeah. Well, it
Final
might be.
episode of the season. We'll move on to season 3.
Season 3, and then we'll go right into season 4.
So there you go.
Anybody got any picks before 8 o'clock tonight?
Nothing for tonight.
No? Anything? I know there's not much going on tonight, sports-wise.
I got weekend heavy picks.
We can have your picks, so nothing we need to go over to Richie, nothing.
Nope. I'll
No.
just do mine on the fly later, though.
That's right.
I didn't post them, but
Okay. Yeah, we'll talk
I got
about
them
it.
in my head.
All right. That's all we need. All right. So libation exploration has concluded. So we're going to move right into everybody's favorite segment. Oh, do you have something you want to add?
Do you have closing music for libation exploration?
I'm going to have to add it.
That would be cool.
I'll compose it when I go home.
I mean, I'm not apple picking in April. Are you?
No.
Oh.
Richie's postulations. Okay. It's been a while since we've done a Richie's postulation. This is a
Yeah,
segment
I've got a lot
where
of time to
Rich
think.
just talks about something.
Yeah, so I'm going to talk about.
What is it going to be?
Let's start with my experience on the 15th. I was sitting around wondering how I'm going to celebrate, and decided to pick up 5 Red Wing tickets. Mm-hmm. And
for all the numbers guys and special guests.
yeah,
I got to say, that was really nice, man.
And
Thank
you're
you.
gonna fly us
We
to
had a
New
great
York?
time.
New York.
I would have if they could have got the Caps to behave. But I do want to go off on a side. Like the NHL tie-breaking system has to be the worst tie-breaking system.
It was.
How do you have something where you don't post something on the internet or something like that? I don't
There's
even know where to
convoluted.
look. Regulation wins? Like,
Yeah,
where do you
so-
go digging for that?
Last year's rules, the Wings would have made the playoffs.
Oh,
If
they
had-
changed it this
They
year?
changed. It was total wins last year. Then they switched to regulation wins.
Right, but you don't. That's they show total wins, right?
Yeah.
When you look at
Yeah, they
standings,
don't show
so-
regulation wins in the standings anywhere.
Terrible.
So that's bad.
The other thing I've been hearing about lately is, did you guys hear about the super conference that the NCAA is trying to put together right now?
I've heard rumblings.
That has me excited. It's I've heard even we were from top 40 to top 80 teams. The last one I heard was the top 80 teams in 10 team divisions, and then they play regulation between moving them up and down. The bottom teams, and then like if James Madison's in the lower tier, they can come up if they win their tier, just like the soccer system
Oh God.
in England. And it's starting to get a lot of
soccer.
steam. That's the best
So
way to do
He
it.
loves
Though.
the soccer.
This is for football only, right?
This is the because they're working their way to get rid of the NCAA.
Yeah,
This
just
will
fine.
basically take the NCAA. They're going to pay the players. They're going to come up with their own system, and then they're going to start with the top 80 teams, and then allow the other teams to get into the top 80, but they have to earn their way up, which I think is awesome. I think it's long overdue to scrap whatever system they're trying to keep. It's antiquated. It's no good.
Now, you said paying the players. Would they get rid of NIL and have like flat
I
salaries?
think it would be part of it. I
Okay.
think I don't think
Base
that
salaries.
NIL is going to go anywhere, but yeah, they would come up with a system to compensate the players.
Okay.
Which would probably help them stay in college, honestly, if they have more incentive to, right?
Yeah.
So,
Right.
thought that was cool. Just things I'm hearing while I was sitting there busting away with pencils and calculators and all that stuff over tax season.
Abacuses. Abaci?
But
Yeah.
back to the fun. I decided to get tickets to the Red Wings game, which I haven't been to Little Caesars. I never caught a game on Michigan State basketball there. Only time I've ever been there. My girls have never been to the game. Lauren has never been to the game. Her son's never been to a game. I haven't been since the old Joel Lewis 15 years ago. I think maybe I took Daryl to a preseason game, if I remember, long time ago. So,
Wow. Okay.
and right from the start, like the countdown was fun. Like the way they light up the ice light. They can throw advertisements on the ice, all that stuff. The whole mood was fun. It was a big game, so everybody was nervous, and then you just couldn't pick the better game. Like it had everything in it. They went down 3. They came back, got within 2, scored with 10 minutes to go. So you knew they were going to be pulling the goalie if they had to. They pulled the goalie, get the goal with the minute to go. The place is going. Now my hat went flying off. People were just going on all over the place. I did.
That was probably the
and
most
laid it on
exciting
some
game.
guy's head right behind me, right on top of his head. It
Well,
was
that's
amazing.
fortunate. Yeah.
That was a great finish to that game.
The two of them off the post in overtime, and then they finally win with 24 seconds. And I've been hearing a lot about. And then the next day they followed up and score with 3 seconds left to stay alive. I think we were all texting each other.
What was the crowd at the Forum like that night, Richie?
The Canadian crowd was a little stunned. They were not expecting. They were ready to start the offseason with a win.
At
but
the Bell Centre.
Oh, they don't call it the Forum anymore? Son of a gun.
But it was such a fun experience for a lot of us that don't even like. I mean, I'm probably the only one that follows the standings, but I've probably seen 2 games all year of the Red Wings. So just because we don't, I think Tone's the only one with Bally Sports here. So.
Yeah, I do not have Bally Sports, so it becomes a real problem.
But it was just like it had everything. Like all like my daughters were asking questions. Like they didn't know it went 3-on-3 in overtime. Like you almost had everything except the shootout. Like you almost went through every scenario except the shootout. And
It wasn't until the second period that he told his daughters to shut up.
Trying to watch
Leave
the
me
game.
alone.
Yeah, right.
no, they were into it, so it made it fun. Like they had never been part of it, and it just got me thinking. My kids are getting. I know Jim has an older one, and mine's 19, and she's probably going to be moving out soon, and it just got me thinking. Like anytime you have a feeling, or it could be anything. I know like not everybody can afford to take 5 people to a hockey game, but
Yeah, what were the tickets, if you don't mind me asking, out of curiosity?
they were probably $140 for 5, $140 each, but there are 14 rows in between the blue line and the one goal. They were great.
That's
seats.
really not that bad.
No, I didn't know really what to expect. And then you actually had access to a restaurant because they have those kind of, what do they call those? What do they call those there? Like when you walk into the aisle, they have a certain name.
Oh, yeah. I know what you're talking about.
Like capsules or whatever they're called.
Yeah.
But you could, instead of going back up, you could just go to the restaurant, use the bathroom there, order food. So they have a lot of those all around the arena. So you don't have to go back up into the concourse area and stuff like that. which is
Okay.
really nice.
It's a great stadium to watch a game.
I didn't know what to expect. I wanted to get good seats so everybody could enjoy them, and that was the best I could do. But I think honestly, anywhere in that lower level, like the sight lines are awesome in that stadium.
Yeah, the upper level's a little steep,
Right.
And it's a little tough when you're way up there. But yeah, if you're in the lower bowl anywhere, I think it's a good seat. It's a good sight line.
But like we were so inexperienced. Lauren's telling Rachel, like, make sure you wear a coat because she's thinking we're going to an ice rink. So, I'm like, I don't think it's going to be that cold.
Nah.
And then I was like, I think it's gonna be 70, and she's like, I think it's gonna be 60. So that was how inexperienced we were, is we didn't even know like what the temperature was gonna be.
Right.
And I would say it was about 65, so it was right in between there. So, but it was, like I think let's get back to, if you ever have that, I know Daryl does some things, a lot of things that don't cost a lot with your kids. But if you ever get a feeling like take your kids down to Detroit FC, like, I don't know, anything that it doesn't have to cost a lot, but you never know when like a crazy moment's going to break out, and then you got that awesome memory, like, to have with your family. So, and that's and I just felt like I got really lucky and picked the perfect night to go. And it really stinks that they didn't make the playoffs, but like that, this experience was something I'll never forget. So that was fun.
That's awesome.
That was the most heartwarming postulation
That's about it.
that you've ever.
Before you postulate
Yeah, most of them
anymore,
are negative, I think.
Right.
I gotta say something real quick.
Yeah.
I'm getting a burning sensation in my throat.
I thought you were going to say in your crotch.
From that beer?
Yeah. Something is like burning the back of my throat.
My hemorrhoid's in remission, so it's not my
Thank God.
behind.
Yeah, we're not going to get into that again tonight.
So you feel like anything is swelling?
I don't know. It's on the back end.
Well, that's what Tones was saying.
That's what he
That's what
likes.
I was talking about.
Yeah.
But
Any doctors, please call in if you notice Daryl's face swelling up during the episode.
Well, yeah, I'm sorry to hear that you're having a possible allergic reaction here live on
that's weird, isn't it?
YouTube.
What do you
Are you
think that
allergic?
is?
By
Are you
the way,
allergic to elephants or something?
We
I
have
think I'm allergic to
The juice, elephant juice.
fluffy.
that might be the fluff that's throwing you off here. We have Aiden Krismecki. Welcome, Aiden Krismecki. I'm not sure. We don't know what Aiden.
He's the old American soldier.
Oh, okay. Okay.
Changing up the names.
Thank you for your
That's,
service.
that's
Yes,
Lauren's
yes, sir.
son. Yes.
You said he went to a game before that. Mm-hmm. Yeah. So there you go. He's
All
been
right.
to a game.
He was the experienced one. I did not know he had been to a game.
Flexing on you, Rich.
He was.
Yeah.
He was the veteran. He should have been telling the girls what was going on instead of me.
You should have told them to shut up.
I heard the Aiden got in trouble because he ended up getting fries that took 10 minutes of the second period up. So
Oh, yeah. Way to
Rookie.
go, Aiden.
Rookie
Way
mistake.
to go,
Now,
buddy.
For
I'm
your
gonna say
second
about
game, you shouldn't have made that mistake.
That's true.
Little Caesars Arena. It's probably the first arena I've seen where they got twice as many female bathrooms as males. And actually, the lines in intermission for males were longer than females. The first place I've ever seen that happen before.
That's smart, though.
Yeah, but we had to search around for bathrooms when I was there because every line was jamming, which I'm not used to as a male. So.
Right.
So Aiden gets these fries, and his mom loaded $16 on his card, right?
Okay.
He comes back, and he got these fries, and she got an alert that he was short.
Okay.
So the total came out to $17.01 with a tip for a basket of fries.
Wow.
So I'm sitting there, I'm like, wow, that's really steep. But here's the kicker. And then she's like, well, oh yeah, you got a bottle of water. But we're like, oh, okay, like that's acceptable.
Yeah, right.
That makes it acceptable.
No.
$17 for
No.
a basket.
Did he get like cheese on the fries?
Yeah,
Or,
like
like,
loaded fries?
Not loaded at all. He just had ketchup sitting there.
A bottle of water.
I bet you the bottle of water was $5. $6.
$5.50, something like that.
Wow.
I got one.
Jeez.
Yeah, it was like
Yeah.
Costco, that's 3.5 cents.
Then they hit you at Little Caesars because they make you
sure.
tip. It's like the Jimmy John's now where they make you tip.
Oh, they jam that
right.
thing into 10%, 20%.
Yeah, like you just poured me a beer and you want like $4 off
Yeah.
my tip because the beer's $16.
You threw me a bag of peanuts, and I got to give you $2 extra
Yeah.
on top of the overpriced peanuts. So
Seriously.
You can't put a price on peanuts, though. By the way, Aiden says he said he was at a game when he was 10.
Okay,
Yes.
good deal.
Thank you for sharing, Aiden.
Was it as good
Hope
as
you're
it
doing
came?
well. Yeah. Now, John, Big John, have you been to Little Caesars?
Not yet.
Okay.
Only on the outside when they were building it, and I am dying to go in there.
Yeah, it's a cool place.
Yeah,
Great
yeah.
venue.
But you had to have been to the Joe at some point, right?
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Okay. What did you think of the Joe?
Sorry to see it go. I mean, I was reading that article in the paper that it's a hotel now and,
Yeah, I
and
saw that
something
too.
else. So I got to get down there. I haven't.
It's supposed to be like all glass too, right? Like where you can see right through it to the water or something.
Yeah.
I didn't even know that they did
It's
that.
riverfront property there.
Yeah, it looks pretty cool now.
Huh.
And I've been to very few hockey games, but I remember a couple games down there at the Joe. So
So what's the bar you guys would visit before a game at the Joe? The old Anchor?
Cobo
Anchor?
Joe's.
yeah,
Lindell AC.
yeah, all those.
Okay.
Okay, how about this? As far as Detroit bars go, how long was Lager? You know where Lager House is? Right there on it's in Corktown. It was right by where the Lindell is, or was.
No, I'm not familiar.
Okay, all right. I was just wondering when that place was established because me and Mrs. Midwest go there. They have fried avocado.
Really?
Yes, so they take an avocado, batter it, and then deep fry it.
That can't be bad.
It tastes really good. It's like
Is it you feel like it's been around a while? Is that what you're
it's
asking?
been there since at least I was 21.
Oh, okay.
But it seems like it would have a lot more history than that.
Is it like
You know what I mean?
behind, is it like off Michigan, like back a little bit?
No, right on Michigan.
It's right on Michigan, like right next to where?
Right where, well, it's like Michigan and Trumbull, really, is kind of right where it's
Wasn't
at.
that where Tiger Stadium was?
Yeah. Yes.
I
It
got-
wasn't in Tiger
I
Stadium.
got a
though.
text invite a picture of an avocado. I think at 11:30 when I was at MGM, and a little too late, JT.
Yeah, I was already woofing those
For me,
avocados
you're
down,
already
man.
pounding avocados, fisting them, and I'm like at MGM gambling. I'm like, I can't leave now.
Right.
You know.
No, they were delicious. They are delicious.
Jimmy, are you going to ask John? I'll just ask him.
Yeah, why don't you just ask him?
John, Jimmy's been dying to know. Is there any good gay bars in Detroit?
Me and Rich were at one
We
by accident.
We already know one.
Yeah.
Downtown Detroit, I don't know. I think
Borderline Ferndale.
I think in West Detroit, Gigi's is still there. That's on Warren and Southfield.
Probably not a lot of trouble in those places, I wouldn't think. You didn't get called a lot, right?
Well, they not a lot, but they did it.
Oh, they start
There's
slapping,
always
man.
issues.
You could get injured.
Yeah, right. Okay. All right. So that's see, Rich and I went to a place called Queens, which I think is new. Right?
Yeah, I would say it's new. It smells new.
Yeah, it smelled new. I think they all smell new because those are the nicest places usually.
I'd go
Supposed
back.
to have the best dance clubs.
I believe it. Yeah, this place it was cool, real good. I mean, the drinks were fancy. I'd recommend Queens to anybody
Sure.
if you're in the downtown. What is that called? That
I'll tell you
is that
what,
just
when
downtown
it's
Detroit.
negative 16 degrees out, it sure was a top spot for me.
I didn't have a problem with it. No, not at all.
You came so late, the door froze shut.
I think they actually tried to lock us out. You had to have like a password to get into this place, but it was kind of cool. It was kind of cool. He said it was clean and it smelled good. All right, John, I got to ask you. When anybody says, "Give me the best story of your former life as a Detroit police officer," what's one that springs to mind?
I don't know. In my old age, my memories go.
Well, how long ago did you retire? You retired when?
I've been retired since 2006, the Super Bowl. I went out right after the Super Bowl.
Oh, really? Okay.
In 2006, and I guess my claim to fame is I got kind of stuck writing a lot of the security plans for the Super Bowl. So I was looking forward to the big game that, this is history making in Detroit.
Sure.
And where did I end up being assigned to is going over to Windsor and help the Windsor Police Department because the NFL had functions over there. So I missed the game, and
They sent you across the border when you were running.
2 months
security.
later, it was like "C'est la vie."
Yeah, that was
Not intentionally, but
Sure.
yeah.
I did see a picture of they gave you a commemorative Super Bowl badge, which was pretty sweet. I saw that today. John showed me a picture of that.
Yeah, I didn't know is that common for any big event that you get a badge like that? Because I think they're doing it for the draft. I heard for a couple.
I
of
mentioned that to Jim today, and I thought it would be a great gesture if the NFL could come out with a badge like that for the draft, because who knows if any time ever in the future that Detroit will have another Super Bowl, host that game, and with all the necessary security that goes in to keep all the fans safe to come down there to our great city, well then obviously I think it would be a great gesture if law enforcement can get a badge, and that goes for not only the city police but the state police, the sheriff's department, and all that take part in providing security.
Now, yeah, where do they pull extra security? Do they go to surrounding cities and pull cops in, or state?
More than likely,
state
there's probably enough between the state police. But yeah, I'm sure that in a lot of cases, like the auto shows, even Dearborn police would be down there with their dogs and everything like that. So, obviously, I'm a little bit out of the loop, but I think just based on it that they get a lot of cooperation from all the counties around here.
Did you ever ride a horse?
Did I ever ride a horse?
For the cops.
No,
on duty?
You
I
ask
had a buddy
everybody that. Did you ever ride a horse?
I had a buddy that rode a horse. He loved it. He loves it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
How
Downtown, all
did you
the
enjoy
events.
working with the Mounties? They know what the fuck they're doing or what?
Oh yeah, our mounted guy's really cool. I don't know if I'm reaching out. One name comes to mind is Doug Mustin. If you're still out there, I'm sure you're retired,
Hit
buddy.
that subscribe,
but
Doug.
he is. Yeah,
Make sure you subscribe.
he was
Chime in the chat, Doug.
one of my favorite mounted police officers.
Okay.
Yeah.
I got to say, we were down there not that long ago, and there were some mounted police, and they are always seem to be in the best mood compared to the guys that are in the cars. They're waving and smiling and all
Yes,
that
they
shit.
do.
Yes, the
Everybody's trying to pet the horse when you're not allowed to.
yeah, it's pretty cool. I mean, I understand that there's certainly probably a tactical advantage of having the horse, right, as far as being able to get through the crowd and whatnot versus a squad car. But those guys they seem to be in the best mood.
And they're always they used to always be down on Eastern Market on all the weekends, or at least you see a few of them. So
Okay.
I saw a couple in front of the Lions games this year.
yeah.
They were sitting out there.
Yeah.
I've never seen one in action though. All over Michigan State campus, if I recall too. They'd knock you down with some not DUIs, but what do they call that when you
MIPs.
MIPs. That's
Yeah.
right.
So what was cool, I lived on the west side of Detroit, and there was a mounted barn not too far from me. So, it was nice. But that's now I think the black, not soldiers, but
Panthers.
no, they're not black Panthers. One of
different, I
the organizations that have their horses, they're there and taking that.
Okay. Oh, I do have some. I do have some chat here. It says, "This is from Realtor Lauren." Realtor Lauren says, "Rich, that's you, Rich.
Yes.
Tommy is getting one for the draft."
Yeah. So Tommy's a Detroit officer.
Okay, he's getting one for the draft, the police badge. And then she said, "You saw it last Friday. Do you not remember that?"
No, I don't.
Richie caught it, a little lie there.
He was in.
No,
Way
I
to
wasn't caught in the
expose
lie.
him.
Right.
Realtor Lauren.
They are getting a pin then.
Hey, if somebody's out there and they get a picture of that, I would hope that they would send you something, email or whatever for
Yeah.
your next show. I hope it kind of looks similar to what we have, but that's something great to take into your retirement and talk to your grandkids about later on.
It is. It's pretty cool. And Lauren, feel free to, you can send that to numbersguys@numbersguys.live. You could do that. Or you could just text it to me. It says, Brian, she's really being specific about why don't you remember this, Rich? Brian, his brother-in-law showed you, Rich.
Man, you were in the tax season zone, dude.
I never saw this. This is incorrect info.
She
I'm
says
just going to take the fifth.
at 10:37 p.m. on Friday. He showed you, and you said
I
that's
did
a really
show up
cool
an hour.
badge.
I did show up an hour late to this dinner, so this could have happened before I showed up.
Yeah, how many drinks deep were you when this happened?
I remember them talking about getting a pen. That's why I asked. I was like, I didn't know if it was official or they were hoping to get one or order one or something. I don't know.
Rich took the fifth, which
Right.
means he can't answer any more questions the rest of the night.
Okay, well,
I think that's how that works. I never passed the bar, but I know a little bit.
hold on. She says it was at the whiskey bar. You know, she's
Yeah.
really specific about where
Traverse
this
City
was. You know,
whiskey bar down in Ferndale. You ever been? That little outhouse or whatever they call it.
oh, that's funny. You were
were there.
Whatever.
Wow. All right. Rich has some
I've
memory
had
issues. that we're
selective
gonna have to-
memory issues in the past. So,
Yeah.
but there was a pen. So to back up John's story, looks like they're getting some.
Well, that's cool. And John, you got to send a picture of yours, and we'll compare it with.
Yeah, I got the picture here, but I doubt whether you can get it on a camera or not.
Jimmy
I'll tell you
did.
what you can do.
This is your
if you,
Canadian Super Bowl pin.
No, this is my Detroit police.
You're not working the Grey Cup this year, are you?
The Grey Cup.
If you want to text it to me, you can text it. You have my cell phone number?
I'll get it and make sure I
Okay.
text it.
All right. Yeah, you can text it over to me, and I'll put it on. Yeah. All right. Well, guys, where are we at here in the old? We got to do some trivia.
Do some trivia.
We got to do some trivia. We got to determine who's going to be buying the beer next week. In order to do that, we do this. Yeah.
Calling the masters of facts, the sultans of stats, the czars of knowledge that isn't learned
Wait,
in
your answer
college.
here.
It's the Numbers Guys Trivia.
I can't do the trivia because
Well, I just gotta keep
sports
it.
is not my
That's okay. Numbers Guys Trivia. So the way this works is I ask a trivia question. If everybody gets it right, I got to buy the beer. If nobody gets it right, I got to buy the beer. And if one of you guys get it wrong, then you got to buy the beer. And if two of you get it wrong, you have to Rochambeau best out of 3 to determine who will be buying the beer.
What if
Here is
John gets it
tonight's-
wrong?
John is exempted.
Oh yeah, thank
He's
you.
on.
He's
I
exempted.
think it goes back to you again, doesn't it?
That's not in the rules. No, we're going to say that John doesn't count for this.
Okay. So
As
what are
far
the
as-
odds that you have to buy the beer?
I'd say it's
20%?
minus what is
No,
that?
40%, right?
200. It's high. Probability's high. I got to
Is
buy the beer.
that British odds?
No. Here we go. Here's tonight's Numbers Guys Trivia. In the last 5 NFL drafts, a quarterback has been drafted first overall in each year except for one. There was 1 year in the last 5 that a quarterback wasn't drafted first overall. Name the only non-quarterback drafted first in the past 5 years. So basically, I could have made this question a hell of a lot shorter. Name the only non-quarterback drafted in the NFL draft, first overall, in the last 5 years. And you can feel free to write your answer on the notepad there, and we will get to that later on. Those guys are really thinking.
I know the draft, and I know I can't.
Rich,
drawing a
the
complete
name-
blank.
he looks stumped surprisingly.
The
I thought
name
you would
is
have this
escaping me.
locked
That's
down.
pretty specific, buddy.
The name is escaping me. I know which draft it was, and
Sure.
I know the
In
position.
the last 5 years.
Yeah.
That's pretty specific.
Is that tougher than I? Dang it,
It's
man!
too tough for me, and I'm a draft guru.
You are. You love the draft.
Yep. I can tell you everything about it. Will I get credit for that?
I don't know why the name is escaping me though.
It wasn't real long ago.
No,
No.
it wasn't.
No, I feel like I know the draft too. I just can't think of the guy's name right now.
No, you never will. You never will.
Challenge accepted. I got the whole show to think about.
Well, I'll tell you what. You guys got a lot of time. I think he went to Georgia. that helps you.
Did they answer yet?
No, nobody answered yet, but I think he went to Georgia. Could be wrong on that, but that's what I think. All right, speaking of the draft, man, we have this exciting event coming up.
Which one?
Next Thursday it starts. That's going to be the NFL draft.
Oh.
Right here in Detroit proper. We're not in Detroit proper, but we're close enough to be considered metropolitan Detroit. And Rich, you don't know this yet, but what I think we're going to be doing is I think the numbers guys are going to be going down to the draft on Thursday and having a live show
From Hart Plaza.
from Hart Plaza.
Surprise!
We're going to put our card table up right in front of Pat McAfee's table.
We're gonna block them out.
We're going to block them out.
Block them out.
And
Bring him some sleeves.
you're going to be looking live next week. It's going to be same time because the draft starts at 8 o'clock. So we'll start at 7. And we're going to bring you guys with us to the NFL draft. What do you think of that, Rich?
I think it's great. I'm taking my kids down. They'll join us.
Okay, kids will join us.
Yeah.
You're going to be. You plan on being there anyway. We were
I'm
afraid
going to
you
be down
might,
there
you might have
Thursday.
tickets.
No, I'm going to be down there Thursday and Friday for sure.
Okay.
That's my game plan.
Now, how do you feel about this? What if me and Daryl set up shop somewhere? Mm-hmm. You and Tones take the remote rig, and you go out and you talk to people. So you guys make your way towards Hart Plaza.
I told him I'm gonna be like Roop Raj.
Yeah, like Roop Raj.
Okay.
So we'll check in with you guys every 10 minutes or so from 7 to 8, and then 8 o'clock you come back and join us, and we'll do our normal show for the first 10 rounds or so.
Do I get bonus points if I get any girls to flash?
I will pay you
Okay.
if you can make that happen and then not
Deal.
go to jail.
Okay.
Does that go against?
John's gonna be with us,
So how do you know you can get down there? You know everything's not going to be blocked off.
We don't know that.
Are we gonna have a sound boom walking around with us?
Rich
or-
has a siren that he puts on his top of his car.
John, where should we park if we're going at that time on Thursday, right before a crazy event here? With
First of all, you better be
thousands?
down there about 2:00, 1 o'clock,
Wednesday.
probably.
Well, obviously the Kobo rooftop would be probably close, but I don't know if that's available.
That's too close.
That would probably be. See,
We should probably go over to Windsor and do this.
yeah, but we got to set tones. We have the numbers guys remote.
Yeah, there we go.
Look at
Mike.
that.
Yep. So you guys will have this,
Okay.
along with a camera that'll beam back to us in the booth.
Okay.
Which will be just a table set outside of probably whoever's driving. Won't be me. Their tailgate, and we will patch you in every 10 minutes, and you guys will be in the crowd.
Just getting some
Just-
the feedback.
Yeah, I'm gonna
Interviewing.
ask the random people who the line's drafting. What do you think?
Sure.
What's going on?
Be like, you're live on the numbers guy. They'll be like, wow.
Right. Unbelievable.
And I
I'm
want
on the numbers guys.
I want to get a shout out from at least one celebrity. We have to find one
Yes.
celebrity.
Roop Raj counts as a celebrity.
Yeah, Root Raj counts as
Rich keeps hitting people in the face with the microphone.
I could totally see that. But if I think we'll get bonus points if we can somehow interrupt Pat McAfee's show, because I think that would be pretty funny if we can get
Maybe
in
get
there.
Pat on.
If we get Pat on, then we're golden.
If I get
That's our golden ticket.
Stephen A. Smith to yell at us.
That would be cool
I
too.
don't think I want him on our show.
Pat McAfee?
Yeah.
Stephen A. Smith would be cool though.
Sure.
Yeah, he'd be cool. So what do you think? Now, like I said, the three of us had already discussed this. We haven't seen you in a little while. Are you going to be down?
I'll walk around the microphone. I think the girls get kicked out of it. Kick out of it. I don't care.
All right,
Whatever.
All right. Then we're going to do that. So
I don't have a game plan. I'm just getting down there early and going to soak it in. I don't know. Whatever you guys want to do, it's fine.
what time are you going down?
Good question.
Okay, we got some planning to do as to, like John said, where we could possibly park, and then what time we're going to have to get there. Because we need at least a couple hours ahead to set up the show, right?
Windsor Tunnel barbecue.
Oh, remember the Tunnel Barbecue? Yeah, that place was good. I like that place.
Oh yeah, Windsor.
All right, so it's settled. So look for us. It's going to be same time for you guys at home, 7 o'clock. But we are going to be somewhere else. It's probably not going to go off nearly the way I envision it, but it should be fun to find out what's going to happen.
I think I could get assistance on getting interviews because I'll have neighbor Stacy down there.
Oh, that's right.
She'll
Neighbor
be good-
Stacy is going to be down there.
She'll be good at getting in front of people and getting interviews. So
Okay,
I'm going to have her as the wing girl to get some people to chat.
I like that. That's a good idea. All right.
She's not going to be flashing.
She won't be flashing, but she'll get some dudes to talk to me. So
And they'll be flashing.
I don't know if I want to see
I
that.
guess we didn't probably determine or specify which
Who's
sex
flashing?
the flashing would be. Yeah, we probably should get that worked out in the contract ahead of time. But all right, so there it is, folks at home. You heard it here. We're going to be down there, and we're going to attempt to do this looking live, and you're going to be part of the NFL draft in Detroit. And speaking of the NFL draft in Detroit, does anybody have any NFL draft plays yet? Have you guys looked at this yet?
I woke up after a hellish night of taxes. It was 10:30 at night when I left the office here, which is about an hour and a half earlier than I did last year,
This is the 15th?
the 15th of April.
Yes.
And then about 6:30 a.m., I get a barrage of text messages from one JT,
That was
Jimmy,
me.
the producer.
Yes, I was starting to really pay attention to what's going on betting-wise for the NFL draft. It was
you
about
had
6:30. It was pretty early.
6 or 7 plays.
Yes.
Pretty good.
Yeah, I came up with some plays already.
How long were you
I'm
working
excited.
on that for?
It didn't take me too long. In fact, let me get into this right now. I'll put this up here. Here's what I did. So you guys know. I'm sure if you guys are fans of the NFL at home, you know that there's always mock drafts, right? All these people they have their mock drafts, and there's probably several that I really trust, who seem to be consistently pretty accurate with their things, and it's all about the rumors, right? DW, you know that.
Who's your guy?
I got a list of them here. And what I did was, if I can get this up here, I basically laid out all five of my guys, and I did an overlap to see where there's agreement between each one of those. And wherever there was agreement, I went ahead and made those picks.
That's how you made those picks?
That's how I came up with those.
I'm going to just shred my tickets now because
These are good.
this is not a good strategy.
It's not. What's your strategy?
It's not that.
What's your strategy?
You're just taking all the different mock drafts and finding the correlations.
Yes. What's your strategy? Do you have a better strategy than that?
My strategy was to copy all your picks.
Oh, that's the way to do it.
It was based on the success you've had in ladies tennis lately.
Oh, I have a lot of success.
But
Does that
apparently,
correlate to
it does
football
not.
draft?
No, it has nothing to do
I
with
don't like
NFL
that,
draft
buddy. I
day.
wish you'd have prefaced all those text messages.
Well, how would you do it better?
I don't know.
I mean, you planning on betting the draft, right?
Go back to last year, see who had some success, and then tail their picks.
Well, you don't think that these people didn't have success last year? These are people that have been consistently successful over the last 5 years.
Okay, who you got? Who you got first?
Well, you know who the first one is.
JT?
No.
Oh.
No. Why doesn't my computer come on here? Having a bit of a technical
Is
difficulty.
he a host on VSiN?
Kuiper? Are you got Kuiper?
No.
No Kuiper.
He's not a host on VSiN?
No. No host on Beeson. I got the guy from Walter Football, Campbell.
Okay.
He's consistently probably the best of the best, right?
I'm hearing JT Daniels is the most respected these days.
JT Daniels, I don't have him on my list.
Is he with the Athletic?
He's with the NFL Network. He
Athletic
might be
is-
with the Athletic, possibly, but my understanding is from a gambling perspective, you got to be careful who you follow because
Oh, 100%.
some of those guys, like the Adam Schefters of the world, well, they're too mainstream. They
Right.
cause the numbers to just get
All out of
Out of
whack.
flux.
Yes, sure. So I got Charlie Campbell from Walter Football. This was as a 416. I got Traeger. Now he's the one that I think everybody uses Traeger. He supposedly has the best rumor or the most accurate rumors out of anybody. Not necessarily the best picks early on.
Rumors.
Donahue from Sharp Football Analyst. He was one of the leaders over the last 5 years. Now Solak, he's on the ringer. This particular projection was as of 315, so it's a little bit old. So I sort of discounted that a little bit in what I was doing. And then Zerline, also NFL.com. That's his 3.0 version of his mock draft. And what you're going to see here, anything that's green is where there's a 5 out of 5 agreement between each one of their mock drafts, right? Anything that turquoise blue is a 4 out of 5. And then anything that is orange is a 3 out of 5, then red's a 2 out of 5. And anything that's white is completely unique.
red means don't proceed.
Yeah, unless you're comfortable with a two-person overlap there, right? And like I said, the whites are totally unique. And what I did is I did it by player and I did it by position. Because what you're going to see here when I show my picks is the positions you can also bet on. So in other words, who will be the Chargers' first draft pick position? And in this example, 4 out of the 5 were wide receiver. So that became a bet for me. 4 out of 5. And I think on that particular one, who was it? No. Neighbors here. Okay. So that was my strategy going into this. You guys have any thoughts, comments? I know, Daryl, you don't like that strategy.
Don't like it. I don't like it.
But you don't have a better one.
I have a better one per se.
Okay. Tell us.
Yeah, I don't know if there's really any strategy with the draft. I think maybe you can lock in the top 2 or 3 if you're with most guys most years, but as we saw last year, we saw a lot of weird movement with quarterbacks, and I think that's going to happen this week again too.
I think you're probably right.
Yeah,
JJ's
smoke screens.
supposed to be going 5, but everybody says that, so that can't happen.
No.
Every draft I see, he goes 5 with the trade, so that's definitely not going to happen.
Yeah.
Like we saw last year, what's his name from Tennessee? Was it
And Hooker?
No, the guy that got drafted by Tennessee, the Titans. He was supposed to be the second pick in the draft for a hot minute.
Quarterback?
Levis. The problem with the draft is there's a lot of agents involved and a lot of teams trying to throw bad information out there at the same time. Mm-hmm. So the agents want their players to go better. Even Mel Kiper ranks them a little bit based on probably kickbacks he gets from the agents.
Sure. Mm-hmm.
So, with the bad information out there, and teams are so tight about their picks now. I think it's a losing proposition. Is the way I was kind of coming into. I don't really bet on the draft very often.
Yeah,
I might take one long shot for fun, but I don't know. I'd say JJ goes 11 to the Vikings would be my bet. Where do I get on that, Jim?
JJ going to the Vikings
straight up without the trade. I think they pick 11th or something. So that would be my pick, I guess, if anything.
JJ going 11th.
I don't know, though. Do we really want to say that Mel Kiper's on the take?
Probably not a
I
good
think
idea.
it's been well documented, though.
Slander?
That,
Has?
yeah, that he
He
favors.
took money from agents.
Not that I shouldn't say that, but he does.
Let's not be that specific. Maybe, right?
Jeez.
No, he gives preferential treatment over certain guys. He wants to go high, though, for sure.
Okay.
I would assume agents are involved in that.
Yeah, I could agree with.
Hearsay.
Yeah. I'm gonna pull up the FanDuel
It's
odds for some of
libelous
this
is
stuff.
what that is.
Could be.
It seems like a pretty
I've read
QB
articles on
top draft though compared to the last maybe few years.
Yeah, it sure seems like those first 3 are going for sure.
I'm calling it. I know it's going to take a few years to determine this, but I think Caleb Williams is going to bust. They're going to look back, and one of these other QBs is going to be much better 3 years
He's
down.
going to
You
be
and
like
You and our friend Jarrell have
I think
basically said that.
He's a me only guy. He's going to be a Kyler Murray.
I don't
type
fancy
attitude.
a guy that paints his nails
Yeah.
to go number one.
He's not a team guy. If I were the Bears, I would be trading back all day long right now. All day
the
long.
capital is insane.
Yeah, I would be trading. I wouldn't even be thinking about picking him. I would trade back, and there's a better QB out there than him. So,
As you guys know, I got a little interest in Jaden Daniels
Yeah.
popping up to the number one spot.
And it could.
I have not seen that yet, though. It sounds like the Bears
So I
are
got
locked
that
in.
one at 40-1, and I thought, this might be my one. This might be my moment that it brings me to the forefront of local gamblers.
sure.
It's not going to pan out, but I think it was a good gamble.
Well, yeah. Too bad you didn't have him going top 2.
Jaden,
that might-
yeah,
Yeah.
Caleb Williams. I thought there's a chance, with the nails that you were talking about, that maybe something would come about, and everybody would sour on him at the top spot, and then I'm sitting on a 40-1 for arguably the best quarterback in the draft.
I think I like Daniels a lot.
A lot of people
He's
do.
one of my favorites.
Better than Caleb, I think. I think Caleb, he's going to look like Bryce Young this coming year.
I don't know if he's that frail though.
No?
I think that's Bryce Young's biggest criticism to date is that he just doesn't
Another fun, yeah.
look the part. Right? He looks a little slight of build.
Who? Bryce?
Yeah.
Yeah, a
Slight
little
build.
bit.
A little
bit.
slight.
That's pretty good. Yeah, no,
Yeah.
you're on the show for a reason. That was
Thank
probably
you.
it right there. Yeah.
Thank you.
Slight of build.
Another thing that's been popping, so this is like last year, like Penix Jr. all of a sudden's in the top 10, where he was.
If he would have just pulled out of the championship game, he would be the number one pick
I mean,
in my
before the
mind.
championship game, everybody's talking about like he's going to be one
Yeah.
of the top
that
3.
put a bad
was-
taste in
He
everybody's
was
mouth.
amazing all year long, and then really almost 2 years long.
Yeah.
Yeah, but
But-
for him to fall off that much because of
he 24
it just was weird that he was getting rattled by not much, and then he got hit one time, and then he was pretty much
also-
limping around.
He does have a history of ACLs.
He's
too.
got a history, yes, bad history.
So, but he's got some
C-minus.
late steam. It seems like this week. All of a sudden, I see him going 10 to the Raiders, maybe or something like that. So,
It's a guy I would love to get a chance at in third or fourth round, but I don't think it's going to happen. Not
for
based
draft
on,
purposes,
yeah, I mean,
okay.
like just based on everything that happened in that championship game that caused him to fall to the end of the first round. Now he's kind of creeping his way back up.
I thought he was a second rounder up till this week for sure. But yeah, I mean, it could be just teams coming to the forefront now trying to get dibs on him, though. So I thought he was tremendous the last 2 years.
now. And me watching every Michigan game closely, I never really thought JJ was gonna jump this high. Like I always thought he was like a second rounder. And me watching games. Now I know he's a product of Michigan offense, run first, but I would say the things I looked at, he's a gamer when the games were on the line in the fourth quarter and he had to make a play or two, he did it. Now, how's it going to translate if he needs to go to a team and he's throwing 30, 40 times a game? I don't know, but he's got good pocket awareness. He could scramble when he needs to, but I think the teammates love him. I think he could be a leader, and I think there's some stock in that. There's some value when you're a QB that the team could rally around you. Like Caleb Williams, I don't think he's going to be, a team favorite, where everybody's going to be patting him on the back all the time. So I think there's something to that when you're trying to have a winning culture is a good leader at the QB position. So, but I don't know. I mean, I never saw him as even a first-round pick. I liked him, but he does have some intangibles that, if he's going to be in an offense where he's going to be tossing around, can he do it consistently over 4 quarters? Right. I don't know. So.
I think he's the ultimate wild card on the quarterbacks. I tried to put my feelings aside on him, but I just, Michigan as a whole, I don't know. I mean, I guess he could be like, if he's 3/4 of a Brady, then you got a great quarterback. But I just didn't see enough out of him to really gauge how he's going to be as a starting quarterback.
Different kind of quarterback, Yeah. Brady has those prototype.
Well, I don't mean like they're going to play the same.
I get you. Yeah, but I think he's more of a Jim Harbaugh type of quarterback,
The thing about Brady too, though, is like he only played half that year, so I didn't really. The times we saw him, though, he really did. We saw him in the Michigan State game where he almost brought him back from way down. Henson had no business being on the field.
Right. Yeah. Right. Typical Michigan.
Right, but then no one saw anything out of him. He goes 6th round, and he ends up being the greatest.
I think people that were watching Michigan those couple 2-3 years, he was the real deal, and he just got screwed by
the media
the system.
I was caught up with the media hype of Henson. Everybody was pumping him up, so I always wanted Henson in, and I didn't realize like every time they put Brady in, they were coming back. He had to pick up the slack that Henson left us in the deficit almost every game, and Brady had to come in and win the game for us. So he was just under the radar kind of.
I think McCarthy is intriguing, very much so. But now that it's causing him to float up into the top 10 of the draft.
That's why I think I might bet him just to go where I don't think they need to come up to get him. Like I don't see anybody else really wanting him that bad. I think they can stay put at 11. I kind of like that pick. I was just trying to think of something outside the box today, and that's got to be a plus something, 300 or something. I don't know what it is.
For him to go specifically in the 11th round?
Yeah, the 11th pick.
Oh, 11th pick. I mean, the 11th pick overall. I don't think he's okay. On FanDuel, they go down to 10.
Oh, okay.
And you got. Whoops.
I thought last year you could pick like guys.
You might. They just hung these numbers. I think on tax day, really. Right around there, the 16th maybe is when these kind of came out.
Okay.
So for the 10th overall pick, he's not even on. Oh, maybe. Hold on. What if I showed more here?
Oh, so they got.
Oh, here we go. J.J. McCarthy plus 3,500.
Wow. So if he went 11, then you'd think you get better odds.
Probably better odds than that, or shorter odds than longer odds than that. Okay. And then first overall pick, Caleb Williams minus 20,000. So that seems to be pretty well set in stone, at least as of this point.
Wow.
This is what. FanDuel?
This is FanDuel.
Unless the Bears are doing the smoke screen of all smoke screens or something.
Yeah, it would be quite a smoke screen.
I got Daniels at 40-1, and it looks like he's back there at 40-1 once again.
Still sitting there. 41.
But he was at all the way down to 25-1.
Okay.
About
Were
a
you
month
getting a
ago.
preferable payout too on it?
I wish. Nothing. No.
Yeah.
Nope. And if they would have offered something, it would have probably been pennies on the dollar, unfortunately.
Yeah, and of course, these numbers are going to change millions of times between now and next Thursday when this goes down. So, you have anything else you want me to look at, Rich?
Well, I'm sorry. So number 4, Harrison, I can't see. If the Cardinals have any smarts, they don't trade out that pick. So what's the odds of him going number 4? Is it
number 4, Harrison Jr. minus 230?
Yeah, not great odds, but
so that's kind of.
Not great odds, but I really think that has to be the pick there. So that could be. I might just do that just to maybe get a head start on the draft and take a shot at McCarthy 11 if I can find it.
Well, Odunze's if some reason they thought Odunze was a better.
They're not a bad pick there, Odunze. Yeah, I've seen them trading down to take him too. So
I could see that happening.
Right, for sure. But I think Harrison, man, that guy is going to be a Pro Bowler to me. I think that guy's awesome. He looks like, and he's got the genes too, right?
I mean, you rank him in terms of like the best wide receiver of the last so many years.
Can't think of a better one since Calvin.
He doesn't come close to Chase to me. To me, Chase was a no-brain best wide receivers, in the last 10 years.
Right? Chase 3?
Something like that.
Yeah.
But I mean, this guy isn't that. This guy's bigger, slower, just doesn't seem
I
like...
thought he was faster but skinnier than Chase. Am I have that wrong? I don't know.
I don't know. He doesn't impress me with the explosion.
Any Ohio State receivers you seen the poop on? J-Mo? Marvin?
I mean...
That does
I think of J-Mo as an Alabama guy, even though he did.
But you said he couldn't even make the Ohio State team.
Right. That's true. That's true. They did have 3 first-rounders that year, but I mean...
Garrett Wilson. And,
Yes, sir.
I'm
Who
going to
else?
hit. Oh, sorry. You guys still go.
Who else we have in that draft? Oh, last year they had the Mbakwu,
I'm talking about receiver.
the receiver that went to
Yeah.
Seattle in
You having
the
a stroke?
first round.
You okay?
Oh, yeah. He's got the hyphenated
Yeah, he's got a
then
funny
Jig,
name.
Smith and Jigba.
Jigba.
Yeah.
That's a stupid
He
name.
had his moments, but yeah, he wasn't anything great this year. No, I think he's Chase. Chase was awesome, but I think Burrow definitely helped with that.
Oh, yeah.
Hey,
And,
Burrow was one of those 5 quarterbacks or 4 quarterbacks.
But
that
the
were
best,
drafted.
I mean, the best guy I've ever seen come out of college was Calvin because he played in like a freaking wing tee offense, and he was like a great receiver in college. He had like some running quarterback throwing to him back then, and he was putting up monster numbers.
Randy Moss?
Oh, Randy was great in college, man.
Yeah, already.
I saw him. We got
Thursday
to see
nights?
him. Yeah, I saw him at the Silverdome against the old Motor City. Well,
Seemed like they were on every Thursday night on...
Yeah, back in college for sure, all the time.
He was
He was awesome. He was great too. So was Calvin. Those 2 guys stand out by far.
I want to hit these real quick. So if you went through and did the wisdom of crowds theory, which I'm applying to my draft picks this year, these are all the ones that had at least 4 or 5 in common. And these are the ones I've played. So I had the Jets to draft a tight end with their first pick. You can get it right now at 185. I got
Who
it
do you
at
think that would be?
plus 220.
Who would be that
What's his
tight end?
face?
Be the guy from Georgia, Bowers.
the
Yeah, but
Bowers,
some
yeah,
people
the
said
Of course
he's...
it would be Bowers.
Some people said he's sliding.
Name the Jets' best tight end of all time. Can't name one.
None.
Oh, they had...
I heard
the
Bowers
early
is sliding
90s.
though, and people were talking about the Lions maybe like him falling all the way down to the Lions.
Why would the Lions want? I mean, that would be
You
a
got
hell of a
Laporta
combo.
and Bowers?
I understand that, but
I
Who's the guy
mean-
that the Lions re-signed this year?
Brock,
Brock Wright.
Purdy?
Right? Right?
No, not Purdy.
Brock Wright,
Be cool.
Not Brock Purdy.
Not Brock Purdy.
Different Brock.
the other Brock.
Apparently that guy was coveted by...
The 49ers.
Yeah, they
Niners.
signed him and we matched it. So.
We got the Seahawks position of the first drafted player is going to be O-line minus 175. That hasn't moved. By the way, the number, that plus 185, that's where it's at currently. On the 16th, I got it, the one above it at plus 220 to give you an idea how much these have moved over the course of a couple days.
Well, this third one seems like a great deal.
To me, it doesn't. But I copied Jimmy's pick because this is one he sent me on
Good
Tuesday
idea.
morning.
That's a real good
But
idea.
I got to say, I've heard Harbaugh talk about this in years past. Always drafting offensive linemen.
Yeah, we were talking
In the first
JT,
round.
and yeah, he loves offensive line, but they let Keenan
Keenan
Allen
go.
go. So
And they let Mike Williams go.
yeah, so you got to have a weapon for.
Both
for
those guys
Herbert.
were on
They do have the
Social
cat-
Security, I believe, though.
They were just
They do-
able
they
to
had
get their
a-
pension, so
they had a-
congratulations to them.
TCU receiver last year is their number
Oh, yeah.
one right now.
Yeah.
But I was telling him, I know Michigan Harbaugh loves Michigan peeps. I could see him do offensive lineman and then like a Roman Wilson second round.
I
or
was
something
thinking the
like
running back to replace Eckler. What's his face? That's scored 1 billion touchdowns. Corum.
that. Yeah, I don't know if you pick him. Maybe that would be a second round pick.
Right. No, that's what I meant. Second
Yeah.
pick.
Yeah. I could see that happening.
Also, by the way, that last one was the only one that moved out away from me, I think. Yeah.
Chargers.
Yep, the Chargers one.
Dadgummit.
Jags first drafted player, you can get a minus 155 for a cornerback. A cornerback.
I've heard our friend Gil Alexander say as much.
Yeah, he agrees with me. I got it at minus 165.
He said it was the only sure thing in this draft.
Well, probably.
Sure thing.
Packers first drafted player, offensive line. I got that at minus 125. That's now minus 200. So I don't know if you want to play something that's minus 200 or not.
Be a smart play. The Packers definitely need an offensive line.
Need some O linemen for sure. And then this is the one that's pretty interesting to me. And Tones and I talked about this off air earlier, that total offensive linemen drafted in round 1 under 9.5. I got it at plus 150. You can still get it at plus 140. If you look at each one of those mock drafts that I'm using, the big 9 is the maximum on all of them.
Yeah, it's just saying like a third of all players drafted. Like there's going to be at least
Five
five or
quarterbacks.
six QBs, at least maybe 4 to 5 receivers, right?
Zero running backs.
Zero running backs. At least maybe 4 or 5 corners.
At least 6 defensive linemen.
Yeah, and 6 defense. Like I don't know where you can make up 10 offensive linemen in that equation.
I'm in for that.
I
bet
like
for
that
sure.
one. That out of all those, that looks like the best bet for me.
The over-under on QBs, Jimmy?
5
4.5.
4.5, yeah.
Yes, sir.
I would take the over in it.
Everybody was taking the over. It was up to minus 300.
Oh, is it? Okay.
And
I
then
wouldn't touch it.
everybody caught wind of that, and it's back down to minus 160, 150, I think, Jimmy?
Yeah, I would say it's 5 QBs.
I will look. I was actually just looking. I got a couple. You got 2 picks in? Is that what it is, D-Dub?
2 picks in?
Yeah, you put 2 picks in?
Yes.
Okay, just making
Thank
sure.
you.
Yeah, I want
For
to make
reminding
sure I
me.
got
I'll
them.
go over them now.
No, you don't have to go over them
I-
right now. No, I was
okay.
just, no, you're such a.
Sorry.
Yeah, you know how this works. All right. Next thing. Are we good on the draft?
Yeah, just one thing.
Yeah.
I have no clue what the Lions are going to do. Like,
No.
Holmes
no clue.
is just a master of keeping a tight lid. I don't know if they're going to trade up, down, backwards, sideways. I have no clue what the Lions are doing still.
Me neither. Not a clue.
My
Not a clue. Look,
father-in-law,
camera on
Jack,
me the whole
was
time.
asking me who's going to be the Lions pick.
Yeah.
I had to bow
Yeah,
out
we can
on
talk
that
about
one.
that. What do you guys want to see?
Jack?
No.
He's doing okay.
He's
He's got
all right.
a couple knees, couple hips.
Yeah, he's got some.
Now he's like trying to
work
find out
done.
if he can get back replacement now.
No, what would be your
can you?
dream lion pick, Daryl?
Dream
Besides
Lion
Michael
pick.
Penix.
What about not? I'm not going to go dream because that would mean they probably would have to trade up to get somebody. But
Ideal.
how about
Whatever.
Coleman from Florida State, former Spartan?
I could see them doing
That would be
receiver.
a nice outside.
I'm on the Mikey Sanderstill train. I think we need a
Okay.
QB. He's a gamer, gritty.
Who?
Mike Sanderstill, Michigan's corner. He
Oh, I
was
thought you
all
said
over
QB.
every big game. He was just in the middle, interceptions, breaking up stuff all the time, right in the middle of any big game this season. So
Where do you stand with the Lions QB situation?
I stand pat, unless they know more about Hooker than I do. I mean, if they think he's legit, I wouldn't touch a QB.
Friend
if
of the
they-
show, Jarrell, is still very high on Hooker.
Is he?
Yeah,
Yeah.
I would stand pat. I wouldn't touch a QB with Hooker sitting back there. So
I hope Q-Dub's okay, by the way. Still nothing from Q-Dub. I was checking out his YouTube channel earlier.
Do we have
Pretty
any sources out there, John, in Ann Arbor?
None.
Okay.
No?
Shoot. That's my nephew.
Yeah, he's
not like him.
usually in. In fact, Tones and I were talking about possibly drafting him as a numbers guy and getting rid of some of the
Dead weight.
some of the dead weight around here. Yeah. All right, let's look at some dead weight. Speaking of dead weight, here is our top pick standings year to date. We got Richie. Richie down 11.42 units on 201 units risked. D-Dub has put through 210 units. He's down 8.56 units on, down 4.07. And really, D-Dub, you about, I think, broke even from last week, didn't you?
Sure, let's go with
Yeah,
that.
I want to say so. Tones down 2.64 units on 204 units risked. So that was about breaking even last week for Tones. I didn't have a pick last week. Neither did Rich, so we didn't move at all. I'm up 19.94 units. And as a group, we've put through 816 top pick units. And we're down only less than 3, which is pretty impressive considering this is all designed to lose you money.
My number matches the group pretty damn close for the average.
Oh,
group.
yeah, you're the problem. It's you, Tones.
Should we blame
You're the
Tones?
problem. It's you.
I'm the.
Yeah,
am I the
damn.
mean or the median? Which one? Is
I don't
that?
You're the mode.
The mode. The mode.
The
A
mode.
la mode. It's when you add ice cream to a slice of pie.
Yeah. All right, John, get ready. This is what we do every week. We give
Trivia.
out our top picks. No, it's still no.
These are the top picks.
And leading the charge this week is going to be, who is it? It's my boy Tones. Actually, Rich, you want to go ahead and give yours? You didn't get a chance to put him in earlier, but
Yeah, I got a couple.
Sure.
Gonna keep the train rolling here. I had Wrexham that actually helped me win.
damn near killed him.
Yeah, what they win 6-0 the other week.
Yeah.
Anyways, they got promotion now. They're moving up they're 2 leagues away from the Premier League now. So I think I'm gonna play for the tie here. I think all the emotion's gone. They're on the road. You can get plus 255 on a tie. I'm gonna put 2 units on that.
Okay.
They're really not.
Tie?
They
You're
can't
betting
get
the tie?
can't get first. I think they just kind of show up and tie. I don't know. I have a funny feeling about that game.
You ever heard anybody bet the tie before, Jimmy?
I think we've done that before on the show. Somebody has. Rich, probably.
Yeah, for sure. I'm also going to go 2 units on Inter Miami. They got Messi, their first place. They're rolling now. I think you can get them for minus 250 on Fanatics. I'm going to throw 2 units on them. And then the Tigers are playing tomorrow, plus 125. Give me 2 units on them.
Excellente.
Who's
Against the Twins.
Who's the second best player on Inter Miami?
You know what? He brought over, they have a superstar with him. I can't think of the guy's name. He's
Pele.
Pele's, I think, passed on, but he would have been great.
Ronaldo.
Yeah, no, they actually have. They went from the bottom of the league to like the top because they have like the 2 top players in the whole league now. I think Messi brought him over with them when he came over, and those 2 just team up to dominate. So.
Maradona, I would say.
Yep.
Dead.
Dead.
All right, Toners, are you ready?
I am ready.
Thanks, Rich, by the way, for the top picks. Here we go.
I got some playoff picks. Sans Detroit.
Unfortunately,
Let's see. I got. I think Toronto is going to fraud out again against Boston. Boston's too tough for Toronto's finesse. Boston will take care of business. I think this will be a 4-2 game. Boston at home to start it off. So I like that plus 209 there. Tampa's been coming on hot lately, and they just got the playoff experience. And they're still playing in Florida, even at Florida, so they still got a semi-home ice situation there. I like that plus 138 on the money line.
1 unit.
Washington. This is where the Red Wings should be right now. I would be picking the Red Wings here, but Washington's fraudulent team. New York's gonna. If New York doesn't sweep them or 5 is at the max.
You know, it's kind of a bummer because Washington's just like at the end of their run and barely got in on fumes where the Wings are young and exciting. And
they had a minus 40 goal differential for the season, which is the worst historically to make the playoffs, which is insane. So
wow,
I don't know how they pulled it off. So
they're fraudulent.
Yeah,
I see what you're saying.
So I think the Rangers minus.
Well,
1.5.
you got to have a lot of luck on your side to get negative 40 and make the play. That game against Detroit was the difference. They were outshot 30-14 or something.
Yeah, Detroit should have had that game, which would have been all the difference. But I like Colorado at Jets, basically even money. I think they're a far superior offensive team than the Jets, and they'll take care of business there. One of my favorite teams all season have been the Canucks. Explosive goal scoring at home. I like them. I know Predators can be tough, but I'll still take the Canucks there. So
favorite there, money line minus 152.
Can anybody find a bet for Canada to win a Stanley Cup for God's sake?
Oh, I'm sure that's out there.
And I'm tailing Rich for tomorrow. I think the Tigers bounce back, take care of business against their division rival Twins.
What did we do? Did we split the last series, or we lost?
We lost
the last
3-1.
series?
3-1.
They're all 1-run games.
We could have easily won the series had it gone a little different.
Good series.
Yeah.
Gets a chance.
Yeah. All right, I got to fast
They
forward
wasted
here.
that gem of a game by Olsen.
Yeah. Well, they actually
Second
showed
And Skubal.
they showed some offensive prowess today here, so maybe their
That
bats
was
are.
nice. I think. How long is this Japanese fella going to keep getting rolled up for us?
I don't know. I would bring up Mannion and send him back to
Mieda.
North Korea. You know.
Wow.
Wow.
John, you been watching the Tigers?
No.
No. Okay, I don't blame you.
Any developments in North Korea you're watching?
All right, let's take a look here at D-Dub. D-Dub has some picks. Here you go, D.
John, you can take the detective out of the force, but you can't take the
Force out of the... No, backwards.
Is that what they said in Star Wars? That's what
He's
they said
always
in Star
doing a little detective work here around the office when he's around.
Yeah. Detecting things?
Yeah.
Sure. All right.
Okay.
It's called just having good open eyes.
Yeah.
Being aware of your surroundings.
Yes.
Okay.
That's smart. All right, D.
I got Scotty Scheffler.
No
No way.
No.
It's a good pick this time.
He's ice cold right now.
Okay.
He is a little cold. He was 2 under for the day.
Coming off the Masters win.
See, that's the thing, because of the restraints or constraints, the picking on Thursday night, Jimmy. I don't know if you realize this, but golf
It's challenging.
Tees off on Thursday morning.
Yeah, well, you like a good challenge. So we got golf and tennis is usually towards the end of the tournament too on Thursdays. I mean, you know, you don't have a round of 64 to look at usually.
You're just
That's
gonna have to
fair.
start picking post round, Daryl.
So yeah, Scotty after day one is like tied for 26th, tied for 24th, something like that. So right now you can get him at minus 125 to finish in the top 10, and he's only 4 shots off the lead, I think it is.
You gotta have Raw Masters
Holy
hanging
shit, this is
over
a
it.
this
Sure,
is a
that's what it-
4 unit
That's
pick here.
part of the deal.
Putting through
But-
4
A
units.
4
But
banger.
I mean, as long as his wife doesn't go into labor and he doesn't pull out,
Can we bet on that? Because I'd like
Wait,
to.
wait.
we're good.
If he would have pulled out, he wouldn't have had a kid come
yeah.
in.
I was just going to
Oh
say
my
that, Rich.
God.
He doesn't need to
Oh
pull
my
out.
God, Rich.
If his wife's about
Come
to have a baby,
on.
you don't need to pull out.
There you go, Rich.
Whoa, whoa, my foot. Take that woo woo back.
I can't.
You
You
can't
teed
do
that
it?
so high, all three
you
numbers,
take that
guys
out?
were.
I can't take the wee. I
Can
can't
you take that out in
No.
post production?
I might be able to take it
Okay.
out in post.
Why
Fair
would-
enough.
why would-
That's
I'm
gonna be.
hold
He's
you
gonna
to
take
that.
it out and clip it. It's gonna be a monster if you.
Anyhow, yeah, you're right, Jimmy. I
Scotty
did probably. I probably should have. You should. Everybody at home should probably have these bets. So this is probably a 2-unit play.
A 2-unit play.
You know what? For purposes of this show, we got 6 units.
Why
so,
not? Let's use them.
why not?
How about this one?
This
you're going
is-
with the draft one. Okay.
Yeah, it's. I figured I didn't have to tell you earlier because they're not drafting it tonight. Next week, same bet time, same bet channel. Jaden Daniels will be a Washington
Commander.
Commando.
Well, I think you're probably right on that.
I think so.
not a
And
Redskin.
at minus
At
160, I like
160,
those numbers.
That's actually a pretty good number.
No, that's not a bad
think
number.
so.
That's a
Yeah.
guarantee.
I think so. I mean, we'll see. But
Should have flipped your 4 and 2 units.
yeah, you're probably right. You're probably right. Rich, where were you when I was driving over here making these picks?
I was at volleyball meeting.
Come on.
You were. How'd that go, by the way? The people want to know.
Great,
A good volleyball meeting. All right, excellent.
great.
Excellent.
Big decisions made, discussed, tournament
Not
travel.
really. I can't say that was anything exciting. You know, they told us to stay after we got invited to these varsity camps, and then they didn't even talk about it. So I wasted 10 minutes. So I could have been here with you fellas.
Could have been here. Well, congratulations on making the team. We got.
Thank you.
We got. These are mine. You got.
Ying Ying?
You Yan.
Oh,
You
okay.
you won.
Yanked your wand.
This is some ladies tennis. This is
Yin
in
yang.
Stuttgart, Germany. I think this
What's
one
that
is. I have to look again.
degradation committee that looks
Why?
over these kind of things when people start making racist
I was
statements?
just
Oh, I don't know.
I'm trying to
I'm
pronounce
making
it.
fun of the name. I don't care what
Well,
denomination.
Yeah, I don't think
Jim's
it was racist.
Yeah, he's presenting it. You should know how to pronounce it.
I,
so
you
we
know,
don't have to
normally
guess.
I do.
I don't want to have
I
to
think
guess.
it's you won. You won.
You won.
Anyway, look at
Walk
this
with
one.
Jan.
You won.
This is
You
this
won
is-
the tennis
You
match.
remember that show, Jimmy? Do you remember Walk with Jan?
You won the tennis match. I'm sorry. That was funny. So basically, the deal here is she's plus 240. Plus 240. The Midwest women's tennis model comes to, she should be, what was that? Plus 147, giving her a 40% chance of winning. She's priced at about a 30% chance of winning. So you got yourself a 10 or 11% edge on that one.
I was thinking more like 7 or 8%, but what do I
That's a
know?
big one.
I'm
That's
not a
big
math
one.
guru.
But
Magda.
Now, believe it or not, only one unit on that, even though it's the biggest edge on the board. We got Magda Lynette against Daryl. How do you say this?
The net.
No, the other one.
Anthrax.
Oh,
Anthrax.
Arancha.
Arancha Rus
Don't you remember Arancha Sanchez Vicario?
Vicario.
She didn't have
Yeah.
a, she had an extra name?
Yes, sir.
Yeah. This is going to be plus 102. This is a 2-unit play. This is a 2-unit play. I have her, should be minus 125, and she is plus 102. And you guys know at home, whenever there is a flip-flop here where I have a dog that I have as a...
How
as
dare
a-
you talk about
favorite.
a woman like that?
No,
Okay,
no, no,
that's
no, no.
sexist.
I
It's
wasn't
not
gonna
the
say.
dog in the fight.
It's the
Fighting
motion
the
in the
dog.
ocean.
Oh,
It's the size of the ship. And there we go. So that is going to be play number 2. That's a 2-unit play. All of these that I've ever done, only one has not come home in that particular situation. So for what that's worth. And then, of course, we have
That's a mouthful.
Savvy, Daryl's favorite.
I got a
Arana
little too much on the
Sabalenka
line here for this one, Jimmy.
Sabalenka.
Versus-
A little too much. I got to wake up at 8 a.m. in the morning to watch this, to sweat over that. 195?
Minus 195. I'm taking it. 2-unit play. I know it's...
Market that.
she's a pretty
I feel like I'm at the eye doctor
Chalky.
trying to read these letters.
Jesus.
chalky play. That's Vondrusova. Vondrusova.
At least none of them are
Should be a good
backwards, right?
Should be a good one. So
Is that
either
Q or nay?
I missed it. I missed that Hooked on Phonics class back in the day here. So.
Well, so folks, either you got to wake up really early or stay up really late tonight to see these. They start at 7:30 tomorrow morning.
Depends on if
Across
you're
the
a glass
pond.
half full, glass half empty kind of a guy.
Right. That's true. That was 2 units the last one, by the way. Okay, and then finally, John's got to get out of here. We've kept him long enough. Let's give out the trivia answer. You guys want to do that real quick?
I'm.
Oh, God.
I can't come up with a name.
All right. Here's
I got one.
the Numbers Guys trivia. In the last 5 NFL drafts, a quarterback has been drafted first overall in each year except for one. Name the only non-quarterback drafted first in the past 5 years. And we will start with John. Did you have a guess?
I have what is James, but
We'll go with it. We'll go with it. All right, Richie.
I have who is Dante Fowler.
Okay. I see where you're at there.
Okay.
Okay. Tones.
I don't think it's right, but Will Smith.
Will Smith
Will Smith.
as the Fresh Prince.
No, the football player.
The football player. Okay.
Will I Smith?
Yeah.
I don't know if you have the right decade.
Yeah, no, there's a Will Smith.
Dang it, Daryl. What do you
I got Trayvon Walker.
Oh, that's a good.
That's a good.
Trayvon Walker. Okay. And the correct response is. It's Trayvon Walker, defensive end.
You know
drafted
what,
first.
Daryl? The guy's damn helmet's in this room.
I don't.
Is he really?
Yeah, the Jags the helmets.
can't-
I couldn't remember if it was Walker or Fowler.
I don't think that you guys have a legitimate beef. That's a hard one to
That was
remember.
yeah, but
I know who number 2 was in that draft.
But you got it, Daryl.
The most inconspicuous first
Good
overall
call, Daryl.
pick ever.
Yes.
yeah,
That was a tough one.
He
But it
went
was,
right
only,
before Aiden Hutchinson.
it was only 2 years ago, though. I figured for sure.
Rich and I were there down
We
at
were
Ford
there.
Field on the field,
And you didn't remember
eating
who
free-
went first overall.
eating free beer and drinking free
I knew
chicken
it was
strips.
I knew it was a defensive Jag, and I pulled Fowler. He was a high pick too, but that wasn't right. So
All right, we know what this means, guys. This means
Rochambeau.
that you and Tones have to Rochambeau. Daryl
yeah.
is exempted from buying the beer. I don't have to worry this time. Bring it on.
Okay.
Are we ready?
okay,
Tough question, Jimmy.
1, 2, 3, shoot.
That was a tough one.
1, 2, 3, shoot.
Can we get some odds on this one, Jimmy, before they
I think
I've
it's
only lost to one
50-50.
person.
circle jerk here?
Tones.
I think it's 3-1, Richie.
Now, because Rich does have a history of professional Rochambeau. Whenever
Too
you're
much
ready.
pressure. All right.
Is it just best out of 1 or is it
Best
3?
out of 3.
Or
Best out of 3 now?
Best out of 3. Oh, yeah.
Okay.
1, 2, 3, shoot.
Tie.
Oh, you got me.
Oh.
Okay.
Oh, it's 1-1.
Here we- Rich is
Oh, wait.
Rich is clearing his brain, which shouldn't take too long.
Oh, come on.
Oh, I lost.
Wow!
What?
I just lost everything.
Richie took a loss?
I
the
did.
first time in
I
Numbers
don't
Guys
think-
history.
I feel like Tones is my kryptonite. When
We
it
had a
comes
lot
to
of
that.
ties. We had a lot
yeah,
of ties
that was pretty good.
No,
Pretty
nice
good.
win, Tones.
All right,
That was
let's
a
do
good
this.
challenge.
Let's do this. We got to do some shout outs, and then John can go home. John, anybody want to shout out?
I shout out to all the fans that are coming down to the Big D and hope
Let's
they have
go.
a great time. Yeah.
Hell yeah. I hear you.
yeah,
How about Miss Joanne? I'm going to give her a shout out.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay, we'll give her a shout out. Richie?
Oh, shout out to the police force down. It's going to be downtown. Keep us all safe next weekend. And
Proud noser.
Yep. I actually know. I met a couple apparently last week. I don't remember. Shout out to them. Shout out to everybody that supported me during tax season. Can't do it without you, including you guys, especially Lauren. She takes care of my dog all the time. Helps out big time.
Puts a lot of stress on the family. I know.
Yeah,
that.
it's as Daryl knows, it's we all need help at that time of year. So I
I
think
call Rich for help.
I've called Daryl for help too. Yeah, so it goes both ways.
Scratching backs.
Appreciate all the help and looking forward to being here with you guys on Thursday. So
Woo woo. All right. Tones?
I'm excited about next week. Hopefully Detroit does the draft proud. I hope all the fans coming from out of town get a good experience, and everybody's hyping up Detroit afterwards. Let's hopefully put on a good show for everybody.
I think it's gonna be good.
I think so too. Hey, John, do we need a license for this? Do you know to do this? Downtown?
I don't think so.
Perfect. Okay. I don't know. I just want to get arrested. Go
Just
ahead,
keep
D-Dub.
that on camera in case anybody questions us.
He's got
It's not legal advice.
He's got to
of
get
course.
out a free jail card for us.
Excellent.
Yeah, I give a shout out to my friend Rich over here because he is the first person I call when I have I have a very tax-specific question.
Okay.
And he's more of an auditor extraordinaire.
Sure.
So he has to tell me to go look in the book.
Does he give you like
I can tell you that.
Does he give you the exact tax code number like to go look at? Like,
You know, Rich has got good information. He sometimes has a hard time delivering it. And so that results in me asking him 4 to 5 times because I'm very specific on I want to make
you
sure
don't
I know.
bottom line it.
So I know Rich.
I'm not a teacher.
I know Rich is getting frustrated with me because I keep asking the same
Question.
stupid questions, but you know, it's because people like you, Jimmy, who text me when I'm at the dentist and tell me, "Oh, Michigan is not going to qualify for an extension of time because of whatever you specified."
I'm not sure what you're talking about.
Okay, I think you know what I'm talking about. I think you know what I'm talking about.
I think you had some of that gas at the dentist.
Yeah, I think right. Did anybody show you their draft badge while you were there by chance? Because it sounds like the same thing that happened to Rich. Might have happened to you.
I plead the fifth.
Yeah.
Shut up.
All right, I'm gonna give just one. Actually, I'm gonna give two. I'm gonna give two.
That's a lot of shout-outs for you too.
I'm gonna give Double D one. Welcome back.
Shut up.
He was over in the Mykonos.
Did he pass on the Grecian
The
solution?
Grecian formula.
He had a lot of grape leaves, he said.
Yeah,
So.
yeah. And I'm gonna
And
give
upas.
Kosher Mike. Kosher Mike brought in a bottle of Blanton's. I don't know where it's at, but it's here somewhere. Darryl sent me a
Wonderful.
picture. Of it.
Probably DD took it home. So.
I'm saying Double D, if you took that home, I know I got it somewhere. So, bottle of Blanton's from Kosher Mike, and I think that will do it for tonight. Wow.
We'll see you.
Anything you guys
We'll see
want
you
to add?
live.
On the streets.
Yeah, we're gonna do it. We'll see you next Thursday.
I'm going to be live from Kirchhoff.
from Kirchhoff. Yeah, like that. We'll see you guys. Thanks, John. Thanks for being here, buddy.
Thank you.
Appreciate it, man.
Appreciate it.
Bye bye.